Meringue cheese. All right, my first guest is an Emmy award-winning actor who stars in The Shield beginning this Friday. You can see him in the film The Fantastic Four. Please welcome Michael Chiklis.
Quite frankly, Conan, I'm sick and tired of the sound of my own voice.
Well, this is a thing I don't think people understand. When you promote a movie these days, you got to talk constantly. I mean, you do satellite, you go on
first thing in the morning
shows.
To the end of the night.
Right.
And you travel all over the world, too. You know,
Right.
they have some private jets flying all over the place. So we just went down to Mexico.
Right.
And they did
this is you and the whole cast?
Yeah, me and the whole Fantastic Four. And we went down there, or as they call us, Los Cuatros Fantásticos. Yes.
That sounds pretty amazing.
Yeah, so
That sounds like a pretty good mariachi band, doesn't it?
Right, yeah. I got out of the car for the big opening thing that they do for us.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing, la mole, la mole, la mole. And I turn to the interpreter. I go, what's la mole? She goes, that means the big thing.
Nice.
Not the
That's
thing,
great.
the big thing.
Right, right.
And I was like, if only they knew.
So they call the thing in Mexico is La Mole.
La mole, yes,
La mole.
they do.
La mole, not feminine.
So we went to this whole thing, and it was crazy, and people pulling at us and going crazy. We went into this VIP lounge, and this guy pulls on me. He turns me around, and I look at him, and he's like this guy that's like 5 foot. He's dressed all in black. He's really kind of creepy looking. He's got a cigarette burning into his flesh, and he says to me, "Amigo, I am Jew." And I went, "Excuse me?"
Yeah.
He goes, "I am Jew." And I went, "Oh, you're Jewish. That's great."
Right. Shalom,
no.
yeah.
I am Jew. And I went, "You are me?"
Right.
He goes, "Yeah, sí, in Los Cuatros Fantásticos, I am Jew." And I went, "Oh, you're my voice in the..." He does the Mexican voice. You know, he does my voiceover, and he goes,
Yeah.
"I am also you in the chill."
The what?
The chill.
Oh, the show. Oh,
The
yeah.
chill.
Yeah.
And the commission.
Yeah.
And I go like, oh, okay, so every time I get a gig, this guy's throwing a party.
That's so great. That's amazing that there's one guy who's you. That's so cool.
Well, you know, I mean,
in the Spanish language.
Versatile for me. And,
Right.
And he sound like this.
Yeah.
And I saw the commission sound like this. And then Vic Mackey sound like this. And then the thing, he sound like this.
Yeah. That's so great, though. That's so great.
It was a pretty interesting night. It was pretty incredible. We were down there, and, you know, I mean, with the exception of Montezuma, everything's fine.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and we don't need to dwell on that.
Sorry.
But now, I've looked at the clips from this movie. This is a serious costume you're in. This doesn't look like something that you can just sort of zip down the back and step into.
Which, incidentally, the next time we do one of these, that's something they have to build for me,
Right.
which is a zipper.
We have I think we have a photo here of what you look like in this. I mean, this isn't computer generated. That's a real costume.
No, and silly me, I was the one who was like, we can't do this CGI. It has to be makeup. It has to be me.
Right.
You know, and then, you know, the first day they put on the costume, it was 5.5 hours to put it on. And you have to understand, like, among the first things they do to you is they take your lip and they pull it down. And they zinc oxide the inside of your lip to dry it out completely so that they can put the adhesive on there so that the lip will glue on. It's the most invasive.
What does it weigh, that thing? I mean,
60 pounds, takes 3.5 hours a day to put on, 12 hours of shooting, and then an hour and a half to get it off. So at the end of the... And I'm an innately social guy. I like hanging out with the people on set. You know, I like being with people. And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't hang out with people. So they built me what they called the rack. Because I couldn't sit up. For instance, it's like living in a Bowflex. The suit wants to be straight, right? It wants... Because it's thick latex. So if I sit down, it's like 30 pounds, 40 pounds per square inch, and I'm sitting here. And, of course, I'm trying to make like I'm relaxed and everything. But... you know, I'm holding on for dear life, and then it wants to straighten out.
Right.
And I can't lay down because my head would be dangling like this. So they built a slant board for me, and it has a little butt shelf. And
they just put you on a board?
I'm like on a board like this, and I
This sounds like the longest practical joke.
No,
like,
no, just for 5.5 months.
What if you watch the movie and you're not in it, and they're like, gotcha! You just nailed, right? Yeah.
So it had a rock. One of the rocks were cut out in the back. They called it my chimney or my cork. So like you'd hear cut. All right, pop his cork, and they'd pop my cork, and they take the top out and like heat.
So it's like a little rock yarmulke.
Yeah, exactly. Pull it up,
Right.
and like it would be like as hot as a blow dryer. The heat coming out of my head.
Right.
The human body produces such intense heat.
Sure.
And they had one in my In any case, I'd go to that.
You don't want to pop that cork.
No, but I'd go to the slant board, and they'd have this air conditioning unit here, one up my, and I'd just be like,
wait, they pop a cork in your head and your butt and shove a cooling unit into each end.
To lower my body core temperature.
Right.
So that was how I spent my whole show prone like that with air conditioning units up my butt.
Your next superhero should be Bermuda shorts guy, you know?
Absolutely.
Just hanging around. What are your powers? I don't really have any. But I'm very comfortable.
I'm very comfortable.
Did you, Jessica Alba, one of the most, I see a lot of beautiful women on this show.
Dog.
And,
she's a mutt.
Lord. No. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of beautiful women come on this show.
Right.
Jessica Alba is, it's hard to concentrate when she comes on the show. She's so sexy and good looking.
Yeah, you just go like, well, but I ended up being like her dog wrangler. She has two dogs, these pugs named Sid and Nancy.
I think she's brought them here to the show, like little dogs, tiny little dogs.
Tiny little froofy pugs, right? So, of course, my daughters, Autumn and Odessa, fall in love with the dogs immediately. They run to the dogs, and they're like, Daddy, can we take them home? And Jessica's like, sure, fine. So now, of course, you know what that means. Who's walking them at 11:30 at night?
Right.
Me.
Yep.
And you got to understand, like, I'm the guy who is in the Shield. And I'm walking around the streets of Vancouver at 11:30 at night with two pink leashes and collars and these two little froofy dogs. And these guys are coming up to me going, hey, you're Vic Mac. Are those your... And I'm like, no. There's a friend of mine. Yes, he is. And they're like licking me, and, So, that was my whole thing. I couldn't even notice that Jessica was in the movie because I was like this.
Right.
The air conditioning unit.
They took care of you, yeah.
My poor wife, man, she is a claustrophobe. I'm not.
Right.
But she's a claustrophobe, and when she saw me in the outfit for the first time, she became Shirley MacLaine in terms of endearment.
Right.
She was, like, get my husband the shot! Get him out! So bad that
she just thought that you'd be hurt, yeah.
Well, she was freaked out. She, like, her fear transferred to mine.
Right.
They had to escort her off the set.
Right.
They had to take her off set because she was so freaked out.
Yeah, I can imagine. It looks like you're probably dead half the time. They've got you nailed to a board. You've got an air conditioner in your bottom.
Exactly. The first day of shooting, this was the most interesting thing as far as an actor exercise is concerned. The first day of shooting, Tim Story, the director, thought I was mad at him. He thought I was really upset. Here's my face. Underneath the mask, my face is like this.
Right.
Neutral, nothing. And he's like, Michael, what's the matter? And I realized that with the makeup on, my face is like this. So, I'm not a mirror actor, a guy that goes in the mirror and emotes and
Right.
I've never done that. But with the thing, I literally had to go in the mirror and and what does this mean? And how do I
think it'd be
manipulate?
good if people thought you were mad all the time to be bringing you like lemonade and more cookie.
Well, believe me, I used it to my advantage.
Sure,
absolutely. I was playing a grumpy curmudgeon. It really, listen, when you're wearing 60 pounds of latex and you got an air conditioning unit up your ass, it's not hard to be cranky.
Right. So. People think because they see me on the show. Literally, I walk on the streets of New York. I hear this a lot. People are like, "Hey, cheer up, because I'm just like this." I'm just like, I'm going to go to the store and get some gum, and then, but people expect me to be going down the street like, a have-a-do, they expect that. And there's no human being in the world that would do that. No. Crazy. All right, we have a clip here. We have a clip here from the Fantastic Four. It's not the Fantastic Four, it's Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four.
Los Cuatros Fantásticos.
Sí, el mole. Let's take a look.
Hey, look what the marketing guys gave me. Look, check it out. Listen.
It's clobbering time.
It's catchy, right? Isn't that great? Oh, that was the prototype.
That's it. How long were you practicing that line? All right, fantastic. 4 Opens Friday. Michael Chiklis, thanks for being here. Yeah,
Absolutely.
thanks for doing it. Vanessa Mitchell coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.